Good afternoon, everyone. So, I'm Sandeep Kumar and I'm back again with a very important video. I know that many of the students are struggling in the writing part of IELTS because they complain that they are not able to get a very good score, although they have scored well in the other modules of IELTS. So, now there are several reasons why students are suffering in this specific part. The reason for that is they are not including things that can boost their scores in the writing part, whether it is task 1 or task 2. They're not including very good vocabulary, or there are several other things, right? So there are two ways that we can boost our score in the writing part. First thing is we have to include some of the things that can get us good score. Second thing is we have to mitigate our chances of losing the score. So the first tip for you all is that always be in the word limit, because if you write 250 less than 250 words in the task 2, and if you write below 150 words in the task 1, you are going to lose score in the part, which we don't have to do. So always remain in the word limit, but do know that we don't have to exceed the word limit to a great extent, because if you write many words you are more likely to commit many errors, right? So you have to stay within the word limit so that there are less chances of you committing many mistakes which can be related to grammar and other things. Another thing is, the second tip is that you have to organize your essay before you start it. So always make an outline of the essay, whether it is task 1, task 2, make an outline and bullet points in the rough copy, and then organize how you are going to write, what you are going to include in the introduction, what you are going to include in the second, third, and the last paragraph. So always organize before you start writing your essays, because if you have started writing your essay without organizing it, without brainstorming for it, in the middle of the essay you will get stuck and then you will have no idea what should I write more. The third tip for you all is that always use good vocabulary. If you have gone through the grading criteria, you will see that 25% of your weightage of your writing part is dependent on good usage of vocabulary. Now, there are three things where they judge your vocabulary. The first thing is you should be using good words or new words. The second thing is you should not be repeating your words. Instead, you should be coming up with synonyms if you see that one word is being repeatedly used. The third thing is you have to paraphrase the given prompts wherever they are required. So paraphrasing plays a huge role in the writing part as well. The next thing is that you have to write idioms if you can. I know, I mean, if you include an idiom in your essay, it's going to give you a very good score. But you don't have to force yourself. And also, you have to make sure that whatever words or idioms you are using, it must fit into that specific context. Otherwise, you will be losing your score. The next step is you have to use correct punctuations, because punctuations are very important. You have to learn, if you don't know that earlier, you have to use the correct punctuation. For example, if you're using commas or full stop, those must be used properly. Avoid using something that you know don't know already. The second tip for you all is that you have to avoid spelling mistakes, because you know that IELTS is an English language exam, so they're going to be judging you for your spelling errors as well. After that is proofreading of your essay. Proofreading is a very important skill and you must learn it and practice it whenever you are practicing for your IELTS exam, or whether you are attempting your actual IELTS exam. The thing is, whenever we are writing the essays, we are likely to commit many mistakes which can be related to punctuations, spellings, words, or anything like that. So always keep some time to proofread your essay before submitting, so that you can correct your errors before submitting your essay. This way, you will save yourself from losing the score. Another thing is that you have to avoid making grammatical errors, because you know that in IELTS exam 25% of your weightage is dependent on your grammar as well. So you have to use correct grammar. By correct grammar, I mean you should be using correct tenses, correct forms of verbs, correct singular and plural according to the subject. And then another thing that can boost your score greatly is that you have to include a variety of sentences in your essays. Now, by variety, I mean you have to include different types. It can be complex sentence, compound sentence, conditional sentences, active voices, passive voices, so things like that. So, whenever you follow all of these tips and tricks, it can significantly improve your score, and no one can stop you from getting 7.5 bands or 8 bands in your exam. So that's it. Thank you for watching.